Hey guys, Metal Foil back again on the Hunter Classic. Today we are starting this video off a little bit different, and that's because we're going to be doing something called a randomized hunt. And you may be wondering what I mean by that. Well, you'll see in a second. Let's pull up my little internet tab. And as you can see, we have a randomized wheel for a reserve and 3 different weapons. So, what we're doing essentially is we're going to spin this wheel, and whatever reserve it lands on is one we're going to hunt on. And then we're going to spin the wheel for each one of the weapon slots. So slot 1 is going to be a random rifle. Slot 2 is kind of just an insurance policy, just in case we get a gun here that isn't really helpful. So if we end up going to a place like what is it? It's down here somewhere. Pick-a-Bean Bay, for example, has very few lightweight animals, as in it has none except for off the top of my head, I want to say the magpie goose, which I don't even have a setup for. So if we get something like the 22 air rifle, for example, we have this. So I can still take all the animals, or at least most, on said map. And then this one is going to be your handgun slot. Something I forgot to mention here, you may notice there's a combination of bows, crossbows, and shotguns. That's because this will give me the ability to kind of choose my ammo with the shotguns, or take any animal on the map with a bow, with the exception of, I think these 2 bows can't take quite everything, but we'll see when we get there. So let's start this video off by figuring out where we're going to go hunting. I have all the reserves on here, so no worries. Oh yes. Oh, wow. All right, so first off, we're going to Logger's Point. What weapon are we taking to Logger's Point for our first slot? We will be taking... Oh, brother. All right. I was kind of hoping to not get this one. So it looks like we'll be using the 4570 on hogs. That's awesome. Something I forgot to mention at the beginning of this is that I don't have... That's actually pretty good. Let me wait for this. I'm gonna wait for this. Okay. I don't have every weapon in the game, especially on these. So like, I don't have the 10mm semi. I don't have the 50 inline muzzle pistol. I also don't have most of these shotguns and a good chunk of these guns. So if we do land on one of those, I'm just going to purchase that weapon because I have plenty of money. But it looks like for now we are pretty good. We got the 12 gauge pump, the 4570 lever action. Let's see what we get for pistol or sidearm, I guess. Okay. No. Stop. Damn it. Oh, God. Well, this is going to be a very interesting hunt. Well, the good news is I'll be able to take Bobcat. Youch. All right. Just to check real quick. So there are some extra rules that I have in place. So I'm only allowed to fast travel once. I'm not allowed to use any vehicles. And tree stands, tower stands, tripods, etc. are all allowed to be used. So if I already have something on the map, for example, if I come over here, I already have a couple of tents. I don't have any tree stands on this map. My maps are pretty barren, to say the least. As you can see, I'm not exactly the most experienced in this game, but I have at least some stuff. So we're allowed to use these towers, tents. I think I have an e-collar over here too, but With that being said, we got, just to recap, Logger's Point, the 4570 lever action, the 12 gauge pump action, and the crossbow pistol. So this is going to be quite an interesting loadout. So let's get into it. Alrighty guys, we have arrived to Logger's Point, and I'm gonna go ahead and get the inventory set up. I was on Bush Rangers run last night, so I kind of had a weird setup going on. So I also entered in some competitions, which is what we're going to be doing every time we do this. And basically, I'm in 5 different competitions. Oh crap, which guns was it? Oh yeah, 12 gauge pump. I'll come back to that in a second. And then the crossbow pistol. So we're in 5 different competitions. The first one is the heaviest bobcat shot with the crossbow pistol, so this is convenient. The second one is the average weight of your 3 heaviest coyotes. I don't know if we're gonna get that one done because, yikes. But we'll try. You'll see why I'm bringing so much ammo for this thing in a second. The next one is as many pheasants as possible, the most weight wins. So I'm going to be harvesting a ton of pheasants. The feral hog feral hog competition is basically the same as the pheasants, just shoot as many feral hogs as you can. That one's going to be a little more difficult because I don't have any ethical weapons that I can take with me for this hunt. So this could get interesting. We just got our first buck grunt from a mule deer. We're just gonna come up here a little ways, and then we're gonna call this thing in. And we'll see what kind of an absolute monster we're getting. Our first buck has crested the hill finally. Oh, hello. Our second one is right there. This is the first one we saw, but before this one gets too close and runs off, we're going to hit this thing with the buckshot. And down he goes. And maybe that was a really rare group of 2, or at least uncommon. The vast majority of the times, mule deer travel in herds, and usually they're in an odd number, so 1, 3, or 5. But this buck doesn't look bad. Nice little 10-point buck. It's got a sticker. He had a sticker. But let's go ahead and see what the score is. That buckshot does a number on deer. 139, 63 CSS, 64 GMS. Nice. Not a bad buck, but we can definitely find better than that. Oh, let's see what we got here. Whoa. Something I did forget is that even though I don't have a bow, I can't enter in that mission or in that competition. But that is a very nice looking mule deer, and it's so nice that we're gonna get on the ground. Let me actually look at that mule deer competition. Should be muley bow special. Yeah, 230. The chance of me eating a 230 mule deer in this video is very low, but this one has an estimate that goes all the way up to 240. That is likely a 200 plus. It does have 2 short tines, but they are even, so that is really helpful. But we're gonna go ahead and take this dude once he clears this hill. That should be any second now. I'm gonna wait for him to stop Man, that is a nice mule deer. There's nothing better in this game than seeing just an absolutely massive animal. And while this buck isn't necessarily even close to the biggest one I've ever shot, you just love seeing those big racks come up over the hill. So we're gonna go ahead and see what this one scores, and we might go ahead and take a trophy shot of this one. I need something to go on the thumbnail, unlike last video. Let's see, is it 200 plus? Potentially. Right on the money. 200.3149. We're gonna go ahead and take a trophy shot. We're gonna go ahead and put the chroma filter on it, just to kind of make the colors look better. We're gonna accept that. And where was this pheasant? Over here. So let's go ahead and head over here and take this pheasant down. These, oh my gosh, these rabbits seriously need to be muted. Like, this is horrible. What the? Okay. Alrighty then. It freaking delivered itself to me. And down goes the coyote. I'm not sure what happened, how it ended up behind me, because it called from back over that direction. And I don't know. Very strange. I don't know. Wait, that's a different track. I called in a separate coyote. That's okay. Let's take a look. 21 kilograms. Absolutely wrecked this thing. It basically split it in half. And that was a separate coyote that I called in. So let me go ahead and track this coyote down. It was trotting to the call, because I heard something out of my right ear, but I didn't see it. It sounded like it was running off, but I never even saw it to begin with. So I'm not really sure how it ended up there before it fled. I also don't have like a high skill level tracking on coyotes, so I can't tell weight, especially not gender. All right, this is the track. Make sure. Okay, it trotted into the. Oh, okay, that makes sense. And then it fled this way. That's why I didn't see it. But I know that this one's male because it called, and I haven't clicked on any other tracks since then. So we're going to make an attempt to track this animal down. All right, the coyote has called finally. So this time, oh, I can actually see it and I can spot it. All right, that's perfect. Switch back to buckshot. I did look, the crossbow pistol is not ethical for coyotes. So let's just sit right here on this cliffside. No grass. Let me hit the call. So some of you may be wondering why I'm doing a totally randomized hunt like this. And I'm doing that because I tend to have a habit of choosing the same map, choosing the same guns, and hunting the same animals, and I want to get rid of that. I want to end that. So this makes it to where I don't really get to choose what animals I want to hunt or what guns I want to use. A randomized selector chooses it for me, and it can lead to some pretty interesting hunts like this. Oops. Because never in a million years would I take the 4570 on a hunt in Loggers Point. That's just weird. I wouldn't do that. So let's go on ahead and collect this coyote. 21.4 kilograms, and I basically melted this thing. Let's continue heading down south. I kind of had to make quite the turnaround, so we're going to sprint for a little bit, try and get caught up to where I'm supposed to be going. And I will cut back to you guys when we find our next animal. And we finally got a call from a mule deer buck that I've been tracking. He doesn't have a very high weight estimate, but 80 to 110 kilograms. These bucks generally go up to 140. So it's not a massive mule deer buck by any stretch, but I will absolutely take it. I just want to make sure I've got plenty of harvests. We switched back to slugs as I want to keep buckshot for coyotes and slugs for bucks. So I've already called this buck once. I'm gonna call it again once I get to this hill, because I want to get to a vantage point where I can see this thing, sort of. This is not really good terrain to do that. So he's somewhere up here, I think off that way. So I'm gonna get right here, call him again, and then just hang tight. We can get out of this brush a little bit. Alrighty, I'll cut back to you guys when this thing shows its ugly mug, or beautiful mug. You never know. Oh shit. We have found this buck. I almost spooked it on accident, but luckily, don't gotta worry about that anymore. It kind of came at a weird angle, so I had to turn, and I almost spooked it. I was a little further back that way, and I got a call from it over here, so that was a little strange, but not a bad buck. We give a nice GM reward. I kind of hit a little high, but it's whatever. 124, 55 CSS. Not too shabby. Let's move on. Oh, there he goes. Let's see. It's not a bad hog. Not a pretty typical. I whiffed the freaking shots. That is really frustrating. Bro, what? That's unbelievably frustrating. I normally wouldn't whiff a shot like that. That was really bad. But at least we got a hog. Not a bad one, I guess. Number 27 in the comp. Alrighty, we have arrived to the tower stand. I received a coyote call, probably that one right there. It was a ways back there, so I called right there originally, and I placed a new one somewhere out here, just so I can get it with the shotgun. Hopefully I can get multiple with one shell. There is an animal out here, but I'm kind of not able to see. Wait. Is that a coyote? Either a coyote or a white-tailed doe. Well, there's a hog over there. It's probably not that. Hopefully this coyote... Yep, it is indeed coming in. I'm gonna try and get a spot on it. There's another one. That's a female. That is also a female. We're just gonna wait right here. I'm gonna try and take both of these in one shot, but we will see. I'm gonna need them to get kind of close to each other for a second. I don't want to lollygag but we're gonna take that shot right there. And down they go. Nice. I've never actually done that in the game before. I've never taken two animals with one shot other than waterfowl. Or at least not to my memory, I haven't. So that was pretty convenient. And this should give us an entry into that competition finally. Wow, that is pathetic. Number 20 and number 18. Or wow, not number 18. 18 kilograms, position 20. That might bump us up a little bit. Okay, yeah, 17th. But that's pretty good. And we're gonna continue on though and see what else we can find. Not a bad use of that tower right there. And we have arrived at the Southern Power Station. I haven't been down here in literally years. So usually I don't make it this far down south. There isn't a reason to. There isn't a whole lot down here. I did end up spooking a white-tailed doe over there simply because I did not feel like shooting a white-tailed doe. But yeah, this is the Southern Power Station. As you can see, we've gone on quite the journey. But yeah, yep, power station. This is one of the most southern parts of the map, and I just wanted to see this place real quick before we cut back up north. But yeah, I haven't been down here in years. I'd say probably since 2018, 2019 maybe. Lucky I didn't die there. But pretty interesting looking place. There isn't much you can do here. Just kind of here. So, but yeah, pretty nice place. I'll take a little look around and then we'll head out. And I'll cut back to you guys when we find a new animal. Just got a call from a female wild, or not wild boar, but a female hog. And it is somewhere over here. Another great opportunity to pull out the 4570 and get some use out of it. Just crest the hill. Nope. This is the only one. You had a good run, Miss Piggy. For a brain shot. Down goes the hog. And let's go up here and claim this. Skull, brain, shoulder blade, lung, and intestines. Number 14. Nice. Not sure which coyote that was, but I heard it coming in, and I think it was the male from earlier, which is actually pretty lucky. Let's see how big this coyote is. 20.9, I'll take it. Not a terrible score, I'll take it. Position number 15, that could be better, but sometimes you just gotta take what you can get. So we have made it to one of the tower stands up north, and we are calling in a group of hogs. And by group, I mean 3 separate ones apparently. There was a group further back that direction. Actually, there's one of them right there. Yeah, I recognize this one. But there's another one right here that is a boar. So that is one we'll be taking first. I've got a call idle right out there. So we're gonna wait for them to get a little closer to each other. And then it's time for the 4570. And I'm gonna try and take as many of these as I possibly can. Is that a hog or is that a rock? I think it's a rock. It is indeed a rock. Okay. I think we're gonna go on ahead and Come on, get out of the freaking zoom. Oh, there it is. Where'd it go? Huh. Well, I at least got 2. Oh, there it is. And that was a clean miss. Let's see. 180. It's not terrible. 711 on that one. Position number 12. Hey, I'm rising up the ranks. I thought I shot another hog somewhere around here. I don't know if it like turned or something. Is this blood right here? It's intestinal blood, so I'll go track that one down here in a minute. Let's see what this one is. This is a cow, or not a cow, this is a sow. 345. Wow, that's a terrible CSS score. Yeesh. And it that bumped me over one more spot. All right. So I'm gonna give this one a little bit of time to die, but with the 4570, it should be pretty quick. We have finally tracked down this hog I shot a little bit earlier. And there's another one back there that I'm going to not waste any time. Okay. Drop that one. Just claim this hog. Yep. Intestinal shot. Pretty decent wound time, but, you know, I tracked it for a good 230 meters, probably. I'm going to say 200 to 300 meters, but 230 works. That's probably actually about how long I tracked it for. But let's head up here real quick and claim this one. You guys can probably hear it right now, but piebald, nice. But hopefully you don't. A whole 2 CSS on that one. Yikes. Let's continue on. I tend to find some pretty good numbers of hogs around this area, so we're gonna head this way. I'm actually going to clear. You can see just how much walking we've done. Alrighty. 102 meters. I'm gonna make an attempt at this shot once it stops. I'm gonna try and get as close as possible. Oh, that got it. Alrighty, that worked, kinda. I am curious. Let's take a little look-see here. Oh, okay. 81 meters, right lung. I'm not gonna take a trophy shot. I just want to get a look at this. Yeah, that looks about right. Let's continue on. There's a hog way out there. Let's go ahead and give it a love tap with the 4570. Oh, looks like I don't got a whole lot of time to figure this one out. Really perfectly behind the tree? Seriously? Huh. Okay. Whatever. Let's continue on. Harvest this hog and let's get to that tower. Okay. So while I was tracking this animal, I saw this up on the hill. We are going to go ahead and call it down here and dispatch it with the shotgun. 106 meters. Yeah, I don't know about that one. Let's give it a few more. Because I shot that other buck. At right around 80 meters, and the bullet drop was pretty... You know what? Let's see what this does. Oh, well, it died right there. Let's go up here and claim it real quick. I did see something turn tail and run. It might have been a doe. Hopefully it was a doe and not a massive buck. Watch it be like a 200 plus whitetail. I would be so pressed if I saw that thing running, especially considering the weapon I've got. But we're gonna go ahead and harvest this buck. And I'm gonna look at the track and see if it's anything crazy. If it is, I'm gonna ping it. And then we're just gonna go claim that hog and continue on our very merry way. What is this? Another hog track. What are these two up here? A whitetail buck track, and actually a pretty high weight estimate whitetail buck track. Well, with that being said, what was this? There was something that turned and ran somewhere around here. Or at least I thought I saw something. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I'm going crazy. I'll have to look at the recording. Because it looked like a deer, but that's a hog. Actually, I shot it way over here. That's right. It was way over here when I shot it. That is a freaking massive hog track. So I can't really find that animal track anymore. So, in all honesty, I've got stuff I need to do, and tracking a wounded hog is not something I'm very interested in, especially considering it should have been dead by now. So, yeah. Well, anyways, guys, hope you all enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.